The Pacific Northwest Agricultural Safety and Health Center is a group of faculty, students, and staff at the University of Washington School of Public Health who are dedicated to preventing injury and illness among agricultural workers. We have a set of skills that range from clinical medicine to industrial hygiene to health education.
Yakima Valley is predominantly an agriculture area. The industry is agricultural based.
Panache Center is one of 10 centers across the United States that are charged with helping to prevent injuries and illnesses among agricultural workers. And this includes not only farming, but forestry and fishing. This is the only program federally that tries to address this important area where their workplace injury and illness is quite high. The program is managed by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health through cooperative agreements with universities and medical clinics.
Healthcare providers working and serving agricultural communities have traditionally had limited capacity to address the occupational and environmental health concerns of the families they serve. Actually, it's not unique to clinicians taking care of families in rural agricultural settings. The issue of addressing environmental and occupational health is a problem throughout our medical care system.
Many of the activities at the Panache Center are focused on the tree fruit industry because it's a very labor-intensive industry. Workers are involved in nearly every part of crop production. There are opportunities for pesticide exposure, for ladder injuries, and other kinds of hazards.
Industrial hygiene is the anticipation, recognition, evaluation, and control of workplace health hazards, and it can be in all types of industries. At Panache, we work in agriculture specifically.
So we work with undergraduate students on a lot of projects, and the undergraduate students that we work with in particular are from migrant backgrounds, and we work with those students on our projects in agricultural health and safety to be able to understand what is really happening, and they provide a lot of help to us in understanding the populations that we're working with.
The Practical Solution for Pesticide Safety is one of the projects that we work at Panache, where we identified, evaluated, and disseminated practical solutions to reduce pesticide exposure, not only to the farm workers, but also to their families.
We're very excited to be working on new technologies designed to improve the way that pesticides are sprayed in tree fruit. These technologies are designed to minimize drift and also to minimize the exposure of workers.
There's a lot of work going into developing new technology for applying pesticides in orchards. Through time, orchard management has changed quite a bit. The trees are more densely packed together, they're kept much shorter, much smaller, but yet people are using the same techniques and technology that was used 20, 30, 40 years ago, the traditional air blast sprayers, which were designed to spray trees of more traditional height. So what we have is a situation where the air blast sprayers are spraying a plume much higher than is needed to hit these smaller, shorter trees. So there's a potential for drift or the off-target movement of pesticides.
We're setting up what's called an active air sampling train to pick up some of the tracers that we're going to be using around the orchard and around the tractor. Essentially, we're going to leave these operating while the tractor is spraying around the orchard, and they'll pick up a lot of the metal tracer that's in the air and pick it up a little more concentrated than some of these passive methods will. So it'll help us kind of figure out what's out here.
We want to help inform growers and managers and owners with when they have an opportunity to buy a new tractor, a new sprayer. This kind of information about minimizing worker risk and drift potential might be useful to them in terms of what product they might buy next for orchard management.
We're also working with a new technology called mobile platforms. These are devices that move through the orchard at a very slow rate, and workers stand on top of them and are able to carry out their tasks continually, thinning, pruning, or harvesting. This is a substitute for what we currently use, which are ladders, which we know have very high injury rates. So we are very excited that this new technology has been developed. I think that the success of our work in agricultural health and safety has been in large part due to our partnerships with worker groups, employer groups, and communities.
Good community engaged research is when partners such as academic partners and community partners are able to mutually share in a process of researching something, understanding the nature of the disease or health problem, and both finding a solution together. So when it's good, it's done in a way that shares power. It's a way that increases the capacity of the organization or the community partner to be able to engage in this work on its own.
El Proyecto Bienestar is an environmental justice project. It's a partnership between the University of Washington, Heritage University, Farm Workers Clinic, and Northwest Community Education Center to address the environmental issues that are affecting our community.
Sexual harassment in agriculture has been a problem that's long-standing and is not a recent problem. However, we've been hearing from our community partners in the Yakima Valley and other places that this constitutes an occupational health issue. And we feel like that's an important issue to be able to address. So when we heard about this from various people, we started thinking about how to go about with a research program to action program.
The benefits of the research that PNASH has brought to the community has helped us to understand, more of the issues. Have knowledge that there is issues that are affecting our community.
Pacific Northwest Agricultural Safety and Health Center conducts research for healthy workers, strong communities, and productive agriculture.